Hey everyone! Welcome back to Midas Creative Corner. It's so good to have you here. Today we're going to be putting together a DIY project for a nail polish stand. So I'm going to be using this thick cardboard. It has kind of like a styrofoam in the middle, and I'm repurposing it because I had this and I didn't want to throw it away. And what I did was take a double-sided tape and just apply it all over the surface of the cardboard so that I could then stick a single color paper on top so that it could look like put together and you can see all the colorful tapes that it has on it. I actually showed you guys a few pictures of the nail polish stands I made on Instagram, and a lot of people reached out to me and asked me to make a tutorial on these. So I'm not really used to filming tutorials like this, but I will try to, do my best. So as you can see here, I'm just applying that single color paper. I chose this yellow paper to put on top, and then I'm ready to start cutting it into slices, I guess. So what I did was I measured with the grid that I had on my cutting board, and I cut like 3 little squares per slice, I guess. Is it called a slice? I'm not sure about the terminology, but I repeated the same thing until I cut as many of them as I could for this particular slice, and then I also fixed the edges of them so that all of them are the same size. And we're going to be assembling together everything with just a glue gun and silicone sticks. Super easy, as you can see, very little ingredients. Or materials rather, and here you can see I'm just applying the silicone on the one side of the cardboard, and then I'm pressing the other cardboard right on top of it onto the edge, and I'm pressing them together, and when they dry a little bit you can see that they've already taken shape. Then I'm going to go into the back of the part where I connected, and I'm going to also apply silicone on that so that I make sure that they're not going anywhere. And this is in the back of them. No one's gonna see those, so go ahead and add as much as you want to make sure that they're secure. Then I went ahead and I repeated the exact same process for the rest of the pieces that I have. I just started building upwards. I added more silicone onto the part that the two pieces are going to be connected. And if you notice, the front parts I put on top, so this part is going right on top of the other, not behind it. I don't know if that makes sense. I hope you understand what I'm saying. And the parts that are going upwards in the back are connected in the back of the cardboard pieces. And the way that I made it, I made a few others and I made them differently, and this one was the most secure one. These do not move at all. Not that nail polishes are that heavy, like this is not gonna break, especially if you have like a thicker cardboard, it's not gonna go anywhere. Especially with the glue gun, it's gonna stay in place and you won't have to worry about it being ruined or the nail polish is weighing it down too much. So yeah, I just went ahead and I repeated the exact same process with all of them, gluing them as I went up, applying more silicone in the back so that I made sure that they stay in place, and that's pretty much all. Of course, if you want, you can use different materials. You can just go ahead and use a thicker cardboard. You can use a cardboard box that you have left over, or you can even use modeling wood, which I used for another stand, and that worked out great. Anything pretty much that you can cut yourself in slices. And just keep in mind that you're going to use quite a bit of hot glue for this. I went through I think 3 or 4 long sticks of silicone for this particular one stand, but it's pretty inexpensive, so this is definitely going to cost you a lot less, especially if you have a piece of cardboard laying around in the house like I did. So this was literally like €3 maybe for this whole project. So after everything has been glued together, you can see it looks like a cute little ladder, and you can't really see the silicone sticking out anywhere. It looks pretty well together. So now we're going to go ahead and make the legs that are going to support it in the back of the stand. And I went ahead and I measured the height of the little legs that I needed, and then I cut the remaining piece in half. And here you can see I'm just etching 2 pieces, like 2 lines in the middle of the smaller little blocks. I'm not gonna cut those like all the way to the back. I just wanted to create kind of like a narrow space so that I can attach the leg, and this is going to be the part that's going to be like on the floor. so it's gonna support it. I hope that makes sense. I don't have a lot of experience with terminology when it comes to crafts, but it's pretty easy. I think you can understand what I'm doing by seeing it. So yeah, you can see I'm just removing the top part of it and a little bit of the foam, and I'm just attaching it into it, and that's gonna make sure that the legs are stable. So I glued that with some hot glue as well to make sure that it's not gonna move at all. And then when they were dry, I went ahead and I attached them to the back of the, like to the lower part of the stand. And this is going to make sure that they're not gonna move at all. I added a lot of hot glue for this. I just pressed and pressed and pressed. And when they were done, I just flipped it upside down and just let it like sit and completely stay firm. When it comes to decorating it, I just had a lot of washi tapes laying around, and as you can see, I chose that one with the gold lines. I thought that blended in really well with the yellow paper, so I just went ahead and I added it to the lower part. Like, this is the only part pretty much that you're going to see from the stand when you put the polishes on, so I just went ahead and I put those on, and I thought it looked really, really cute. And that's pretty much all you had to do. It is done. You just let it dry for at least like 10 minutes before you start stacking polishes on top of it. And then when it's dry, you can go ahead and put it in its little space wherever you want and put all of your polishes on it. And you can see right now that I made another one with, this one is with the modeling wood that I mentioned. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, let me know what you thought, and I can make more DIY projects. I'm sure that I'm gonna like continue improving the more that I make. It wasn't the best, but I tried. So yeah, I also wanted to show you the other nail polish stands that I made that I showed on Instagram as well. As you can see, I have a lot of polishes and I have nowhere to put them. And of course, I just had to show you a small clip of my dog, who was my helper during this whole process. And yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you on my next video, which will be a nail tutorial again. So yeah, bye!